Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Shining Force 3 Scenario 1. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Gaia Axe. It's an aura level 1, but I want to make sure I keep these guys alive. And again, I don't care if it breaks, because it won't shatter unless I use it again. I'm going to move Obright down here. Erewhon gets his second turn, because he's a dick. Photon Rage! Hey, you get to see it! It's an awesome attack! And it does a ton of damage. And we'll get one Tiamat level 2 off. And then Mascarin's usefulness has come to a surprising end. Unless I want to use the Goddess Tears. Oh my god, 100 damage! Whoever gets the next attack can kill him. I said whoever gets the next attack. Again. My force is kind of lacking on the concept of attack. And it'll be Grace! The humble healer will take down the mighty prince of the Empire. With a giant lightning demon. Yeah, that's how the synbios force rolls. We just hosed you completely. That's it. Erewhon has been defeated. Alright, one thing I will go ahead and say right now before we continue any farther. The dialogue for the English release of Shining Force 3 at the end has been severely altered. I will try to find a link to the game script and post that in the description so you can see what the actual translation is, because Sega of America changed the translation of this because they knew parts 2 and 3 wouldn't come out, so they changed the dialogue to make this kind of a definitive end, even though there's so many things left unanswered that you kind of wonder how they could do that. So they've changed the dialogue up completely. So again, I am playing the legitimate US release scenario. I'm not playing the modified scenario that you can download through the Shining Force Translation Project that has the correct translation for the second and third parts. You will get to see part of the translation in Part 2 when we get to the end of Part 2 and the beginning of Part 3 when they do the recap. So you'll get to see that, but you won't see either Median or Julian's dialogue because of it'll be their respective viewpoints. So there is going to be changes in the dialogue. I'm sorry about that, but it's what I've got. So I'll try to post a link. If not, it'll make more sense in Scenario 2. But we've defeated Prince Erewhon, the Mad Prince of the Empire. And Palisus kind of taking away from the victory. Reinforcements didn't arrive. Your brilliant strategies, we've taken after my father, who you helped kill because you aligned yourself with the Bull Zone. So that's the thing. He is the second-born prince, so he is trying to take over. By defeating the Republic, he would have had the people. So he was going to align himself with the Bull Zone to get rid of basically the rest of his family. And then he was going to turn on the Bull Zone to make it seem like the Bull Zone assassinated members of his family and that he has to take over. So he had a kind of ingenious plan, but It wasn't his plan, it was the Bolzones. Because they've been playing everyone against each other since day one. Imperial battle over succession escalated in a full-scale war between both of us, all at the behest of the Bolzone sect. Because they've been playing us like we've been marionettes to them. Because of all of this, countless Imperial and Republican generals are dead because everyone's betrayed everyone else. And we forgot there's a kid kind of dangling from a rope. I thought for sure he'd get... Well, thanks, Algernon. We're just gonna leave you hanging there. I love how Margaret just said, "Thank you, synbios, for not cutting my son down safely." The reason why Erewhon's forces, his reinforcements, didn't show up is because Lord Tristus kind of stopped them. One at a time to avoid notice. That was actually kind of smart, but one at a time? Really, these armies that they keep talking about is really just a small, battalion. And someone who we have not seen at all in this game, this is Yasha. Yasha makes a great deal of appearances in Scenario 2. And is a stark raving bitch. Hate him. The invulnerable Yasha. I was unaware up until recently, and still, I'm gonna sit here and, taunt you. And Ragtag, we've been smacking everyone around at every turn. Yep. If Erewhon... And now he's threatening Algernon. Though Erewhon fought fairly. So because it was a fair fight and Erewhon lost, but because you said you wouldn't get involved, I'm gonna backstab. It's backstabbery. And Yasha cuts the rope, and Algernon falls. And Yasha teleports away like a coward. And because the rapids are incredibly dangerous at the moment because of the release of the dam, there's really nothing that can be done. But synbios threatens anyway to jump into the water. However, Fending came straight here from the dam and was able to swoop in at the last second and rescue Algernon. Thank you, Fending! Even though you kind of got the short end of the stick as far as usable characters go, they give you some, heroic dialogue. definitely make you seem more important than you really have been in this scenario, honestly. And thanks to the efforts, Algernon has been saved. Wilmer of Mallory was defeated at the gates of Mallory Castle, and Braff, the son of General Fafard and Basanda, was killed in trying to stop Synbios' forces. When confronted with the catacombs, Synbios managed a final victory over the priestess. Following Dupalus' plan of releasing the water from the dam, Synbios and his men destroyed the Colossus and decimated the massive Imperial army. Fighting bravely, they regained the control of the capital from the forces of Prince Erwan himself. A hostage against Mallory's aggression, Lord Algernon is safe once again. Briefly, peace is restored, and Synbios and his heroes should be able to take a well-deserved break. Except they don't. This is the translation that was a little off. Shining Force 3, Scenario 1. Staff. Alright, there is dialogue at the end of this. So, like I've said, there's a lot of things, you know, that will be changed. At the end here, you get to see little movie reels of special attacks that we may or may not have seen. Either spells, special attacks, while the credits are rolling. And that was kind of hard to see, but that was Julian in his promoted form. We'll see that in probably Scenario 2. And Grace killing a Kion Shi, which is not something you want to do. I don't want to give like final impressions because it's not really the end of the game. I can talk about how if you're only playing, if you don't have a modded Saturn and you can't play the English translation, then yes, this is the end of the game for you. And really, it's a great game. It's filled with a lot of intrigue because you really don't know who you can trust in the end, and it seems like even the most intelligent of allies and heroes end up just falling prey to fear and what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Lack of confidence, basically. There's a word that was on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. But so many of the Imperial generals have been defeated, so many of the Republic generals have been defeated. We're really some of the last forces of the Republic. And the Empire's not in much better shape. I mean, we've just taken out one Imperial Prince, and how many of the Imperial generals that we saw in the beginning have been turned on? I mean, Spirital quit, she's gone. There's one other Imperial general that I know that we took out, so mostly we've taken out our own generals. Like Braff and Fafard, both of them are gone. Wilmer, gone. Edmund, gone. Tybalt, I believe Tybalt's gone as well. Tybalt might still be alive. I don't remember seeing him though. I know we've seen a lot of these people. No, Tybalt was in Espina Castle, so he's alive. He's probably the last one left. So I think it's Synbios and Tybalt. It's really not much of an army. So, and the Empire, as we'll see in Scenario 2, the Empire's not in much better shape. Because the Empire, the Imperial family is, they want to dick each other just as bad as, I mean, look at Erwan. He was willing to kill his older brother and his father in order to ascend the throne. So, and in order to do that, he was willing to partner with the Bolzome sect, who we didn't kill any of them. We defeated Fial, but he got taken away by Basanda. We defeated Basanda, but did she really die? She fell into a moat. That typically means that people in Scenario 1 die, because, I mean, we know Julian didn't die, because we already know he's a major character in Scenarios 2 and 3, so, but everyone else falls into moats. It's like they're just left for dead. So yeah, there's so much going on that we really don't know. We don't know the full story, and that's the best part of this game, and that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. Because I've waited literally 15 years to play scenarios 2 and 3, and now I get to do it blind as an LP. So I hope you guys enjoy it as I'm doing it, because I may not have good commentary because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've read game scripts, but I'm not 100% on the story, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it goes. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. And so many of these special attacks, I don't know what they are. I think there's some of them come from specific weapons, because I got rank 3 in everything. So some of these that I haven't seen are just kind of unique. But yeah, I've waited 15 years for this. I'm really looking forward to seeing the accumulation of this story as it was intended to be, and not just the Scenario 1 that Sega of America released at the time. I really do hope that one of these days this game gets ported to a current gen system, PSP, Vita, PS3, 360, Wii U. I don't care. I would, if I found out that this and other Sega Saturn classics was coming out on the system, that would be reason enough for me to buy that system. And that's, most people would be like, why would you do that? You've already got the games on a working Saturn. It's just the chance to play them again, and maybe even play them in HD. I mean, Guardian Heroes got an HD remake. Radiant Silvergun, which is a game that was never even released in the US, got an HD remake. I would love to see an HD version of Shining Force 3. I'd love to see, I know the odds of Panzer Dragoon Saga, not very high, but I would love to see an HD version of that. You know, there's a lot of things I'd like to see remade, just so that the current generation audience can appreciate it. And among that, I'd love to see sequels. I'd love to see Shining Force 4. They came out with Shining Force Feather for the DS that never came out in the US, which was kind of like Phantom Brave, where it didn't have the grid, it just had, a radius that you could move. That never came out in the US. I'd love to see it, though. But I would truly love to see Shining Force 4, done kind of like in the Valkyria Chronicles style. Now we've reached the end of the credits, and so we now have the dialogue at the end. Which there's a lot of dialogue. How ghastly. The Colossus went on a rampage and destroyed our beautiful town of Aspia. Aspinians, excuse me. So the town, kind of in ruins. It'll take a long time to rebuild, but if we continue to get aid from Lookover, the town will come back soon. Money can repair the buildings, but who will bring back the slaughtered people? Benetram, always the pragmatist. At least King Benetram was unharmed. That at least is some good news for the Republic. All these things, Synbios, we owe to your people's heroic efforts. My teams just did what they had to do. And it's like, that's not quite true, Lord Synbios. Like, well, I just said that we did what we... No, it's because of your great leadership. No, it's because we did what we had to do. Despite your father's tragic death, you saved all of Aspia. There should be no need to worry, since the time of the ancients, no force has ever broken through the inner wall. Yeah, that's the thing. They're still there, even though they think they can't breach the wall. The city walls have always protected us. Tristus doesn't know about the secret passage. Since Erewhon knew about it, maybe that ninja got away that knows too. Yep, Tybalt. Okay, so Tybalt's up on the wall defending. So, Tybalt's still alive. We know that now. We should go to the wall immediately to aid Tybalt. Yeah, let's go. And, of course, there's a rumble. And Finding arrives. The situation is dire. The Imperial Army they have breached the inner wall. They've been defeated. Oh no, so they've snuck in. But not through the passageway that we knew of. Or did they? And Benetrim still being the only voice of reason. But Domeric is dead set on a unified empire, taking over the Republic territories that were, quote, taken. So we return back to the bridge. What are you doing here? And it's Median and Campbell. What could you possibly be doing here? Why? The invading force was Median. Tactful as ever. So Domeric actually is thanking us because if it weren't for us, Erewhon may have succeeded and killed him. Fideret. I hate Fideret. He's useless. But they're still going to blame us for murdering Erewhon, even though he knows... They know the situation. This is not the time or the place. Notice how... Why is Median holding him back? Everyone else is trying to egg him on. Like, you betray the memory of your brother? Like, nothing adds up about this situation at all. And this is completely, no. Like, for his evil plans, we will not take advantage of your current situation. So yeah, all of this has been redone. Some of it's accurate, but most of it's not. Because they're making it sound like Domeric is going to go ahead and leave, and he doesn't. Not going to. That's not what happens. It seemed the victory of Synbios was short-lived as the Emperor himself invaded Aspia Castle. However, the Emperor, at the assistance of Prince Median, has left Aspia alone to recover from a terrible battle with the Colossus, vowing to return one day. Benetrim knows that Bilzon monks will not go away and will have to be dealt with, but for now the Republic rests in the peace earned by Synbios and his army. Except that's not entirely accurate. That's not how it's going to play out. we will see that the dialogue severely changes in Scenario 2. In the meantime, we can save our game, which we will go ahead and do. It looked pretty chaotic out there for a while, but you've surpassed everyone's expectations. And this is just silly. I guess right, did you find Penn, Frank, Noon, Hagain, and Ratchet? The secret characters. Keep it in memory and begin a new quest. Check the options screen. Something new may appear. You rule. And that's the end of Shining Force 3 and the end of this current LP. I hope you all have enjoyed Let's Play Shining Force 3 Scenario 1. I can't wait to see you guys in Scenario 2, where we get to learn more of this ever-expanding story. Yeah, so I'll see you all then. Till then, later everyone.